Okay, 9.7 is the law of sines. Up until this point, everything we've done in this chapter has been with a right triangle. We've had to have a 90-degree angle to do this, to do whatever we've been working with, whether it's Pythagorean theorem, whether it's special right triangles, whether it's similarities within right triangles, whether it's SOHCAHTOA. Everything had to have a right angle. Well, not today, okay? Law of sines works with any triangle. All right, and here is the law of sines. It is the sine of angle A, and remember capital letters represent angles, okay, over side A. And again, lowercase letters represent sides. So sine of A over A equals the sine of B over B. Okay, this is a proportion. We've used, okay, proportions in the past to solve similar triangles, but this is essentially just a proportion using the side of an angle and over that particular side. Okay, so if I go to example A here, as you notice, or example 1, this is not a right triangle. I do not know. I guess what is 30? What's 59 plus, well, let's say, what's 180 minus 38 minus 59? 180 minus 38 minus 59. 83. So 83, it's not, we know for 100% certainty that that is not a right triangle, okay? But to find letter B, or side B, we can use the law of sines. So SOHCAHTOA, out the window, all right? Pythagorean theorem, out the window. Law of sines we can use, all right? Now, if I'm trying to find side B here, this is angle B. Well, obviously because of that, but also because it's across, okay, from side B. So I need to say the sine of 38 degrees over B. So the sine of B over B equals, and I'm going to use these two. Again, they need to be across from each other. So if I'm going to say the sine of 59, I better say put that over 350. Okay, now with a proportion we're going to cross multiply. So I'm going to say B times the sine of 59, B times the sine of 59 equals 350 times the sine of 38. Guys, one thing, I always put, I think it's a great idea to always put the number, like 350, in front of sine, okay? And now to solve for B, what do I need to do? Yep, we're going to divide both sides by the sine of 59. Okay, so when I type this into my calculator, my calculator's not working today. Guys, we want to do 350 times the sine of 38, and I would hit enter. 350 times the sine of 38, hit enter, and then divide that thing by the sine of 59. What do we get there? 251.39. What did we say it was? 251.39. Our label should be centimeters here. Joe, I'm not sure what you typed in wrong there.
I did 350 divided by sine of 38.
Oh, okay. Okay, next one. I think, yeah. Let's put A there. We don't know what we're finding. Okay, I forgot to include that. But let's put an A there, and that's what we're going to find. So if I'm going to find A, I need to work across the triangle here. So I'm going to say the sine of 48 over A equals the sine of 93 divided by 15. So when I cross multiply, I'm going to say A times the sine of 93 equals 15 times the sine of 48. To solve for A, I'm going to divide both sides by the sine of 93. Take 15 times the sine of 48. In our calculator, hit enter, and then divide that by the sine of 93. We get 11.16. Don't have a label there, we'll just leave it like so. Okay, now this one was x and y. For time's sake, let's just find y. Okay, in order to find y, what do I need? I need the angle across from it. So this angle does us really no good, besides from the fact that we can use these to find that one. Okay? Do not do this. Do not do the sine of 71 over y. That makes no sense because 71 and y aren't across from each other. All right? So if you take 180 minus 63 degrees minus 71 degrees, that will get us, I guess, would call this angle y up there. 46. Now we can use 46 in y and 63 in 18. Okay, they got to be across from each other. So sine, let's do sine of 46 over y equals sine of 63 over 18. So y times the sine of 63 equals 18 times the sine of 46. Divide both sides by the sine of 63. And that will get us y. Chris, what do you get there? 14.53. Do we agree there? Does that make sense? Does that answer make sense? One thing what we talked about earlier in the year is that the longest side is going to be across from the largest angle. Okay? And the shortest side is going to be across from the smallest angle. Now, I don't know what this side is right there, but from the fact that I know what y is now, and I can kind of see, well, 46 is smaller than 63, so y better be smaller than 18. And it's not, 63 and 46 aren't drastically different, you know, it's not like it's really big difference there, so it's not going to be a real big difference between those angles. Okay, so we can use some reasoning skills to help us out there. Okay, example 2. It says finding an angle using the law of sines. So we can use the law of sines to find sine, just like we did, or an angle. So I look here, and it doesn't tell us which angle, find an angle. Which angle do you want here? Let's pick S. Actually, it needs to be S. So we're going to find angle S. Okay, that's how the problem should be labeled. It should have said, hey, find angle S. So again, as long as we have opposite angle, opposite side, so for example, 120 and 18, and then S and 11, we can use the law of sines. So if I say the sine of S over 11 equals the sine of 120 over 18. Okay, we're going to cross multiply like we have always done. And so I'm going to take 18. I'm going to go up here actually. 18 times the sine of s equals 11 times the sine of 120. Okay, now we're trying to find s, right? So I need to get whatever's not with s away. So I'm going to divide both sides by 18. Okay. Now in our calculator, everyone do this with me. I don't have my calculator up here is not working. So take 11 times the sine of 120 and hit enter. And then divide that by 18. 529. Now what is that? Is that a side? Is that an angle? And that's the sine ratio, right? Because we haven't found s yet. We found the sine. Would you guys agree there? So what we need to do, I have the sine, which, what is it again? 52923.52923, on and on. Okay, that's the sine. We need the angle. If I have the sine, how do I find the angle? How are we going to find the angle? No? Serena? Second sine, absolutely. So guys, here's what we want to do. Hit second sine, and then hit second, and then go down here to the answer button, A and S. Okay? So in our calculator, it should look like this. It should look like sine inverse, and then it should say A and S. What that does, I think I've talked about that before, but it'll take this long answer that we have in our calculator and plug that in. So now I'm doing inverse sine of that, so I don't have to round that answer, I don't have to memorize that answer, I don't have to type that long answer in, just hit second answer. Boom, it's in there. And now that gets us S. And what do we get there? 31.95. Now I'm in degrees. Okay, so a common issue is people just say, oh, that's angle S. Well, that doesn't really make much sense, guys. All right, so do second sine. Questions there? Okay, and the last one, again, it says solve each triangle. So we need to find all of the sides and all of the angles. Okay, so if I look at this first one here, I can find angle B to start. Take 180 minus 73 minus 42. That'll get me angle B, 65 degrees. Okay, and then I need to find side A and side B. And there's not a right triangle. You looking for Kleenexes? Looking for Kleenexes? I don't have any. I'm out. We don't have a right triangle, guys, so I can't use SOHCAHTOA, so we're going to use the law of sides. Now, one thing that I always look for is which side and angle, okay, do I have? And that'd be these two. Okay, that's the one that I have. So it's not a bad idea to sometimes to start our proportion that way and say the sine of 73 over 34 equals, well, let's just say I'm trying to find A here. I can do the sine of 42 divided by A. Cross multiply here, A times the sine of 73 equals 34 times the sine of 42. Now I can divide both sides by the sine of 73. So 34 times sine of 42, enter, divide by sine of 73. What do we get there for side A? Did not hear that. 23.79. Do we agree with Elizabeth? Okay, and now to find side, side B. Again, I'm going to use those two, and this is 65 degrees. So now, if I scroll down a little bit, I can do sine of 73 divided by 34 again, and that's going to equal sine of 65 over B. Cross multiplying that thing. Go. When you cross multiply, do you guys get 32.22? 22. We're going to skip